It was a chilly November 24, 1971, when a man using the alias Dan Cooper boarded Northwest Orient Airlines Flight 305 in Portland, Oregon. Dressed in a sharp business suit, he carried a briefcase and seemed like just another passenger. But as the plane, a Boeing 727, climbed into the sky, Cooper would turn an ordinary flight into one of the most mysterious events in American history. Shortly after takeoff, as the plane was cruising over the Pacific Northwest, Cooper handed a note to Florence Schaffner, a flight attendant. She initially ignored it, thinking it was a lonely heart note. But when she read the message, her heart raced. The note said Cooper had a bomb and demanded $200,000 in cash, 4 parachutes, and a fuel truck ready in Seattle for the plane to refuel. To her alarm, Cooper opened his briefcase just enough to reveal a tangle of wires and a red stick, suggesting a bomb. Schaffner's training kicked in. She calmly relayed the message to the cockpit, and the pilot, William Scott, along with the co-pilot, Harold Anderson, realized the gravity of the situation. In no time, the airline was negotiating with Cooper's demands. They sent a message to the authorities, and Seattle-Tacoma International Airport prepared for the unexpected. As the plane touched down in Seattle around 5:39 p.m., the scene was tense. Law enforcement and FBI agents surrounded the aircraft, but Cooper made it clear that he wouldn't let the passengers go until he had his demands met. After the ransom money, parachutes, and the fuel truck were handed over, Cooper released all 36 passengers. They deplaned in Seattle, safe but shaken. The crew remained on board, following Cooper's instructions as he took control of their fate. The plane took off again at 7:40 p.m., heading south with Cooper's instructions: fly at a slow speed, low altitude, and with the rear stairway lowered. The weather was cold and stormy, and the terrain below was rugged and forested. Cooper, with the money and parachutes in hand, was alone in the rear cabin. As the plane flew through the night, somewhere over the dense forests and mountains of the Pacific Northwest, Cooper made his move. At around 8 p.m., he opened the rear stairway door and leaped into the darkness with the ransom cash. The exact location of his jump was never determined, and the plane continued on its flight path before landing safely in Reno, Nevada at 12:15 a.m. on November 25th. When the plane landed, the crew and authorities found the cabin in disarray, but with no sign of Cooper. The FBI launched a massive investigation that spanned years, involving thousands of interviews, a thorough search of the areas where Cooper might have landed, and extensive analysis of the ransom money. In 1980, a breakthrough of sorts occurred. An 8-year-old boy named Brian Ingram discovered a decaying package containing $5,800 of the ransom money buried along the Columbia River. This was a significant find, but left many questions unanswered. The remaining ransom money was never recovered, and Cooper's fate remained a mystery. Despite numerous theories and countless hours of investigation, Cooper's true identity and his ultimate fate remain unknown. The case was officially closed by the FBI in 2016, but the legend of D.B. Cooper endures. His daring heist, the mystery of his disappearance, and the enigmatic nature of his identity have made this case one of the most intriguing unsolved mysteries in American criminal history.